Hey viewers and viewers, my name is General Red Strategist and welcome back to another round of If My Heart Had Wings, the romantic visual novel that we're doing over the summer, over August and all that. So, made a start on it last time, did about an hour, or just over, of the game. We're not yet at that point, as I've mentioned repeatedly in the last episode, we're not yet at the point which I remember getting up to when I played this in my own time a couple of years ago. So, I think it probably won't be much longer. I think I can vaguely remember where I was up to, ladies and gentlemen. But to recap, our protagonist, Aoi Minase, has returned to his hometown after 5 years to work as a dorm mother to a bunch of girls, basically. Feels like almost a bit of an archetypal harem anime setup. After school, I was alone and was wandering around the school building. This was so that I could take a look at some of the club activities. Film studies, theatre club, there's even an RC club. This is, after all, a specialist school. Looking at the playing field from the window in the heat outside, I saw the sports clubs practising. Compared to my school, it's pretty calm. The sports club at the school I used to go to, we're taken so seriously. Sorry, getting gas from my tea. Probably have more of that this episode. The sight of training before a match was one of gruelling harshness. Wait, what do I mean by my school? I'm a student of this school now. I'll go take a look. It's almost like we might be about to discover a glider club, or maybe decide we're going to set one up in this game. I went down next to the playing field to watch the sports clubs practising. Before long I started to feel a little down, so I left. The doctor said that if it's light exercise it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, yeah, I forgot to mention. Also, starting scene at the beginning of the game that we saw last episode. Something basically happened to our protag. Some kind of sports-related accident, something like that. So, he's probably going to have to find himself a club that's much more sedate. Something that doesn't require huge amounts of exercise. Like a glider club, maybe. I try stamping down strongly with my right foot, and there isn't really any discomfort. There, the baseball club, which was returning through from the off-campus running course, entered through the school gates. Hey, Minase. It's you, Minase, isn't it? This is another character. The one calling me was an old acquaintance. It's you, Taguchi. It's been a long time. You know what? As of when I record this, episode 1 hasn't yet actually gone live on the channel. So, if you have been leaving comments about whether I should do silly voices or not, you know, my usual humorous, comical voices that I like to do in visual novels, I won't have seen them yet. But, just for, you know, bit of differentiation, I'm going to go back to the hair glute fat comical German accent for Minase. Oh, it's you, Taguchi. It's been a long time, yeah? Might go for the surfer dude voice for this guy if he's a, you know, sportsman. So, you came back, bruh? Have you decided which club you want to join? No, not yet. I'm going round taking a look now, yeah? Yo, dude, join the baseball club. You become a regular in no time. When I was a kid, I often played baseball in the park. Some of the guys in the groups of my teammates are on the other team were in the baseball team. I'll think about it. I casually responded, and the baseball team members replied, come on, join us, seriously, as I returned to the playing field. If I could do physical activities, baseball, in fact anything, would be okay. As I grumbled to myself, I felt that I didn't want to go back to the playing field, so I entered the path leading to the back of the school. Oh, also, other things we learned last time. Kotori, the girl in the wheelchair, seems to not be in class. Apparently she's in our class group and all that, but she hasn't showed up, even though we saw her in the morning in her school uniform, so guess we'll find out in due course where she's at. Also, what I will say is I'm going to be block recording quite a few of these episodes in advance of when they go out, because the thing is, as when I record this now, it is just past mid-July. Obviously, by the time this videos go out, it'll be, at the earliest, it'll be late July, but it'll be more likely to be August for the most part. So, obviously, in August, I'm probably going to be travelling back up north to visit friends and family at some point, which means that for, you know, at least a week, possibly a bit more, I will be away from my PC and therefore unable to do recordings. So, like I say, I'm going to be block recording quite a few of these in advance, just so I have plenty in the upload schedule. Also, I kind of need to. If these episodes are going to be, at least an hour long, possibly more, then I feel like I need to record them in advance to give myself plenty of time, I spent a while walking around the back of the school. It was called the rear garden, but it looked like it hadn't been taken care of at all, and it was just an empty space with weeds growing everywhere. My German self cannot stand this inefficiency, In that empty space there was a garage. Oh, I think I might recall this from what I played a couple of years ago. This might be... Well, I think if you look to if you look to the left there, you might see something that looks a bit interesting. Guten Tag, I'm coming in, yeah. It looks like no one's here, but I thought I should say something to let them know, just in case. Is this place used for club activities too? Or is it used for lessons? I don't know what they're used for, but there are many tools and parts crammed onto the shelves that cover the walls. Then in the centre is a huge object covered with a sheet. The feelings that had washed over me like a wave when I watched the sports clubs strangely subside from being here. I should probably say strangely subside whilst in here. The tools and the dimly lit garage must have reminded me of the times when I would tinker with my bicycle. What is this used for? I don't know, can you not see that tail fin there, Owie? I can feel the sound of my footsteps as I sneak inside the garage. Move my mouse cursor off screen. It's pretty spacious. There's a tea set here too. There was no doubt about it. Someone was using this place. I get a strange sense of activity. I guess it must be one of the clubs. Whoa. Aha! A new character. There's someone here. I was so surprised it felt like my heart was going to jump out. I should probably figure out her name, then let her, turn her voice up for a bit so you can hear it. The person over there seemed not to have noticed me at all. I'm not sure if you could call it a drawing board, but as she stared at the plans that were placed there, she was kind of groaning. I'm sorry for letting myself in here. I'll be going now. It's no good, she didn't hear me. Her eyes were so serious as she stared at the plans, or she looked like she was really concentrating. Are you the Kudere? The very studious one, who's a little bit emotionless? I didn't know what to do, so I just looked at her from the side. Now that I look closely, she's really beautiful. Hey, why am I staring at her? I hurriedly look away. However, it looks as if she still hasn't noticed me, so I take another glimpse. She looks quite mature. Is she in the 5th grade? She's so pretty. Kotori is pretty too, but this person is different and has a mysterious charm. It's giving her name now as Mysterious Beauty. Okay, game. What? Did you just notice me now? She suddenly stood up. I'm sorry. Without thinking, I avert my eyes and apologise, but she's looking straight past me and grabs a big, thick book from the shelf. Right, I still don't know what her name is, though. Let's wait for her... Oh, fuck. I keep doing that. I keep pressing escape thinking it'll take me back to the game, but it doesn't. It actually minimises the game. Should press back. Yes, that's it. She flicked through the pages and looked like she had found something before going straight back to her seat. Huh. This music, that's the main theme that we heard in the last episode, but now a violin redo of it. In good spirit, she began swiftly drawing the plans. The pen made a nice swoosh swoosh sound as it ran across the page. The feeling of maturity that she had until just now suddenly changed. When she smiles, all of a sudden she looks more like a kid. As her eyes looked straight at the plans, they looked at them as they looked. Try that again. As it looked as though they had a crystal clear purity to them. Just like an innocent child, her eyes looked as though she believed that the world is full of wonderful, sparkling things. Ah, there we go. Her hand stopped moving. I got the timing right. Excuse me. She finally noticed me. Oh, hello. Even though I had unexpectedly appeared like that, she didn't show any signs of caution, and still in good spirits smiled as she greeted me. Hi. I thought that I should say something to her, but I didn't think of what to say after that. What's up? I'm sorry that I just let myself in here. I just transferred here today, but I was taking a look at the club activities, and I got lost and came in here. I got a little carried away and said more than I needed to, but she didn't seem interested at all. She looked at me, at me, that should say, as if to say yes and. I don't mind if you... Oh, that's her speaking. I don't mind if you let yourself in here. I don't know, is she supposed to be maybe a bit Ojo-sama? Maybe we should give her a posh accent. I don't mind if you let yourself in here. It seemed like a kind of blunt way to say it, but she wasn't angry or anything. She has a strange way of speaking. Well, I'm sorry, I'd better go. Oh, we're just leaving? We're not introducing ourselves? As I said that like a total loser, a huge sound echoed around the garage. What's that noise? Oh, I'm rather peckish, old chap. With a lack of energy in her voice, the beautiful girl before me held her stomach and fell down onto the drawing board. Was that the sound of your stomach just now? We're inside the garage, so the sound echoed like crazy, and sounded like the growl of a monster, or of a panzer tank, rumbling across the Polish border, yeah? Yeah, I'm going to keep the German accent for now. It enables so many silly jokes. Looks like my body just remembered that my stomach is empty, old chap. She seemed to sway as she tried to get up, but she didn't have enough energy, so she slumped back down with her cheek on the drawing board. Would you like to eat this? It is strudel, yeah? Oh, never mind. I took some Brotchen out of my bag. I thought I'd get hungry with just a lunchbox, so at lunchtime I bought some melon bread. Is that melon pan? Oh, Jesus. Alright, girl. Don't be too eager now. Wow, old chap. Her eyes shone as if she were an explorer who had discovered treasure in a cave in some unexplored place. Are you sure? Go ahead. Well, most thank you, old boy. She took the melon bread, opened the wrapper immediately, and bit into the contents. I may be paraphrasing some of her lines a little bit, but that's fine, as long as I get the gist of them. She was getting crumbs everywhere, but really looked like she was enjoying it as she devoured it greedily. It's so tasty, so delicious. I haven't had any calorie intake for quite a while. Could that be because she's poor? The fact that she was so ecstatic over something like melon bread actually made me quite worried. She didn't show any signs that she was thinking of my generosity and just ate up the high-calorie melon bread. Most delicious, she murmured happily, looking happy as can be. She looked like she was mulling over the taste of the melon bread in her brain. The sugar is heading to my brain post-haste, ha-ha, she said as she turned back to the drawing board. Then she started drawing the plans again with incredible energy. From the serious look on her face, it seems that she had already forgotten about me. She's strange. Not just a little, but very strange. Okay, well, I'll be off now. I mean, I already kind of like her. She's interesting. Perhaps she didn't hear me. I put the melon bread wrapper that she had left behind in my pocket and turned to leave. I reluctantly left the special atmosphere of the garage behind me. Oh, evening. The school day's over. Well then, maybe I should head back. By the time I had finished watching the various clubs, the sky was orange as the sun was setting. Ah, there you are. Ageha was at the school gates. Ageha looks towards me and points the cell phone she is holding at me. I thought that if you were still here, we could leave together. I called you several times, but you didn't answer. I told Ageha, I've forgotten how you pronounce her name, that I would take a look at the club activities before leaving. Can you look at the call history? I left it at his dormitory. Why? That defeats the purpose of having a cell phone. Does it say in the schoolrooms that you can't bring cell phones to school? Yes, that's true, but does anyone actually follow that rule? It's alright if you don't get caught, it seems. In my case, I'm not so worried about the school rules. It's just too bothersome to carry a cell phone around with me. I mean, it's only a cell phone. Howie, it's not that big, is it? Maybe he actually has one of those brick-sized 1980s phones. Even though I've got your number, it doesn't mean anything. How do you know my number? 5 years ago, when I left Kasagara, I was still just a kid, so I didn't have a cell phone. I got it from Anchan earlier. He gave me a text address too, so I can bombard you with texts. But don't bother, it's too much hassle. Writing text on a cell phone is too fiddly, which is a real pain, so I don't really like it. It's these big fingers of mine. They are big like German bratwurst. Cannot type on cell phones very well, but it looks like Ageha isn't listening to me and has started walking on ahead. Okay, shall we head back? I mean, she's nice enough. Sorry if you hear me scraping my microphone from time to time as I drink my tea. How was your first day at your new school? Seems like an interesting school, yeah. It was different to the sports schools or regular schools, and had a special kind of atmosphere. Everyone looks like they enjoy it, and it's, how should I say, like they come here to hang out. You could say that. Everyone comes here because there are things that they want to do. Things they want to do. Have you found a club you want to join? I don't know. There were a few that seemed interesting, though. Here, the sports clubs aren't that great, so you might find them kind of lacking. What do you do, Agea? The robot club? Okay, sounds kind of cool. But I bet that's not where we're going. I'm in the robot club. We make robots and enter contests. Robots, that sounds interesting too, yeah. You're always welcome, Owie. Well, yeah, I'll think about it. Well then, I'm going this way. Isn't your place around here? Yeah, but I moved. Didn't you know that Kazami Shopping Street is no longer there because of the reconstruction? No way. No way, seriously? They've made a huge shopping mall. My family shop has moved there too. I'll take you there when we have a day off. Okay, see you tomorrow. Hey. What? Thanks for everything today. It's fine, it's fine. If you just buy me a parfait next time, that'll be enough. No, I mean, that you are the same way towards me as in the past. Sure. That was a big help, yeah. Yeah, me too. Apart from your appearance, you haven't changed a bit. And your appearance isn't that bad either. This is leaking some secret information, but today, a few girls asked me to give them your phone number. Seriously? She said her Japanese VA is still going. Correction, you've got quite an eye for the ladies, haven't you, Owie? So what? I didn't have that kind of thing at an all-boys school. Well, it proves that you're a normal, healthy boy. In the time since we last met, you've grown up. Agea looked happy as she said that. So have you. To be honest, I thought she would have grown up to be more rough and tomboyish. That's right. Oh, suddenly we got very close. Agea started smiling quietly. Looking at that innocent smile reminded me of how Agea was when she was still just a kid. Welcome back, Owie. Ah, yeah. See you again tomorrow, old buddy. Oh. Did you just fucking punch me? Ouch. She gave me a great big slap on the back. It's the kind of slap so strong she could destroy a tank with it, yeah. See ya. Agea gave me a big wave and turns the corner. Ouch, you doofus. It's not very German, but hey. Oh, you're doofus, yeah. She might have gotten a little cuter, but she hadn't really changed on the inside. Welcome back, huh? Her attitude hasn't really changed since before, and somehow I felt that it had saved me. It's quite a big chapter, this. Unless this is all counted as separate chapters. After Agea and I went our separate ways, I did the shopping for dinner on the way back. It's going to be hot again tomorrow, so I have to give them some food that will give them stamina. Enthusiastically, I put the menu together in my head. Oh, nine, I forgot to buy the milk. The milcha. There was a convenience store right in front of me. 5 years ago, there was a tobacconist here. It's a little expensive, but I don't have time to go back to the supermarket. I thought to myself, oh, I was wondering when we were going to see you next. The automatic doors opened, and the one with the self-proclaimed Koolaloo left the shop. She had a bag on her lap, and she had a smile on her face, which was the exact opposite of cool. She didn't notice me and went back in the direction of the dormitory. It's her. She didn't go to school, so what is she doing? I gave up on buying the milk and followed Kotori. When she got back to the dormitory, Kotori opens the front door just slightly. I can't remember what voice I gave Kotori. It was sort of like slightly timid. But I feel like actually, now that we're sort of seeing that she can be a bit tsundere, I'm sort of wondering, does that voice fit? Yeah, fuck it, Kotori, you know what, you're going Irish. She called Hat from the other side of the door and spoke to him about something. She was sneaking around and she seemed really suspicious. Don't say if he's here or not. You know, that guy, that mean boy. Is she talking about me? This is a girl... I nearly went Irish again. This is a girl's dormitory, so I'm the only boy here. I don't remember being mean, though. I don't know why, but it appears that she is sneaking around to avoid being found by me. If that's how you feel. I headed for the back door to the dormitory. I'll hide in the kitchen for now. Not until the duck finds you, you won't. If this is about me, tell her I'm not here. Is it actually going to understand you? It's a very intelligent duck. I doubt that he got the message, but wiggled his butt as he left the dining hall and headed for the entrance. While I'm waiting in ambush, I'll put the food I bought in the fridge. After a little while... See that movie Maker clock wipe just then? Looks like he's not here. Alright. When Kotori came into the dining hall, she went straight for the cupboard and took out a spoon. Without taking out a dish, she stayed seated in her wheelchair. She put her shopping bag from the convenience store on the table. Inside was... Hagen-Dazs. Hagen-Dazs. I wonder what that could be a reference to. A certain brand of ice cream, perhaps. Oh no, we can't say that. Well, that's my sponsorship with Hagen-Dazs out the window. Needless to say, it was top quality ice cream. Not only that, but it was family size. It's the big pots that cost 2,500 yen. She opens the lid and in her right hand she has this type of spoon that you'd eat things like curry with. Hell, Mary, I'm finally going to do it! Kotori's spoon was still above the smooth surface of the Hagen-Dazs. Then she dug a big hole in it. One scoop like that would be about 100 yen when she stuffs the whole thing in one mouthful. I'm so happy. She brought her hand to her cheek as though she was flooded in happiness from the bottom of her heart. What is she doing? Seeing what she was doing made hiding and watching her seem pretty ridiculous. Without knowing I was watching, Kotori began to shovel in more ice cream like a construction machine. Well, she's kind of adorable in her own way. I'm sort of thinking though, whose route will I eventually go with? Will I go with hers? I've seen in some of the reviews that apparently people say that apparently Kotori's route is really awesome. It's quite wholesome. And overall just really good. So maybe we'll go with her? I don't know. Unless one of the other girls really just steps in and takes the limelight. Even if it was only 105 yen ice cream, you'd savour the flavour more than that. It's so yummy. Fucking delicious. With his next mouthful of ice cream, Kotori suddenly lowered her head, holding her temples. Don't get that brain freeze. I'm okay. Just a little brain freeze. She was still talking then. To be able to get... Oh, that's Irish. To be able to get brain freeze from eating too much Hagen-Dazs is the very height of luxury. During this little pause, Kotori opened up a notebook. There is something written there. I sneak up a little closer behind her. Yeah, he's going to see you, the duck is. Oh, okay. You can actually communicate that you don't want him to make any noise, okay? Next to the words, eat as much Hagen-Dazs as I want, Kotori happily wrote the word done. Mission complete. Seemed to be some sort of list. Things I want to do. That was the title, and there were bullet points below. Strokes the head of the big dog in the neighbourhood. It's really scary, but it might be unexpectedly friendly. If possible, I'd like to ride around on his back. Fills the bath with water and swim in it like a pool. Pie throwing, and so on. Pie throwing, of course. That's on everyone's bucket list, isn't it? Among those was go and see Windmill Hill, with done written next to it. What is this? Yeah, just give her a shock, Howie. That'll get you in a good books, won't it? Whoa! Kotori's scream pierced from my right ear and out of my left. What are you doing? Why are you here? I was here before you were. But there's no way. Her mouth was open in shock as she looked at I actually just gave her the German accent. The duck betrayed you. Well, I guess it's no good sending a duck to scout the place out. Even if he was able to completely grasp what his responsibility was, there's no way he could convey the message. Kotori seemed ashamed and looked away. I'm sorry I surprised you. You were sneaking around, so I wondered what you were doing. I didn't mean to spoil her personal enjoyment. You really are mean, you fucking bastard. Ah, yes. I should just lean into my absurd voices, like I do in Danganronpa games and Danganronpa fan games. If people don't like it, they don't like it. But hey, I'm sure some people enjoy it. I went back to the kitchen to get things ready for dinner. Kotori's face seemed to say, now it only tastes half as good, as she sulkily ate the ice cream. Why are you taking time off school? I caught a cold. That's my impersonation of a cough. I'm not doing a full-on one. I'll blast your eardrums out in my microphone if I do. She's blatantly lying. But someone who has caught a cold be eating ice cream. I'm the dorm mother, you know. I have to make sure the boarding students have the right kind of lifestyle. I don't remember accepting you as the dorm mother, you fucking weirdo. Anyway, isn't it strange for a boy to be a dorm mother? Swoosh. She went to the trouble of turning around so that she could point at me. If you want to call me dorm father, then that's fine by me. Kotori turned back round and went back to enjoying her ice cream. I'm sorry, when he said dorm father, my mind... I don't know what this says about me, it probably says I have a gutter mind. My mind immediately went to, oh, you can call me daddy. No. No. Let's not go there. If you weren't at school, then where were you? I softened my tone a little as I asked her. It's got nothing to do with you prying git. Did you go back to the Windmill Hill? She's ignoring me and eating her ice cream. It has got something to do with me. I won't accept you as the dorm mother. I don't mean that. Yesterday, if I hadn't been passing by, where would you be right now? She's being very soon. Oh. This is now the flute version of the tune from last episode, from the main menu. Basically, they've got several different renditions. They've got the orchestral one, the violin one, and now the flute one. If you're not careful in a place like that, then maybe nobody would have come. If you can't move your wheelchair, what would you have done by yourself? Do you still think it's got nothing to do with me? That's like a combination of German and Irish. What am I doing? I'm not accusing her of anything. That's why I tried to speak as gently as possible, so as not to sound too harsh. However, I showed her how serious I was. Like I said, thank you, didn't I? For me to thank anyone is extremely rare, you know. It's true. It's as rare as a giant salamander. You should be the one thanking me. Are you proud of that? If you think that people would be happy because it's so rare, you're severely mistaken. Kotori seemed daunted by this sound argument, put down the spoon and started thinking seriously. But because I'm like this, I can't do anything. Do you want some ice cream? It's really expensive. Nine, I don't. I sounded a little mean, so Kotori... Well, now I feel bad. Okay. So far, even though she's kind of tsundere, I've not yet sort of got to the point where I'm kind of sick of the tsundere act. There's certain characters sometimes in anime who are really tsundere to the point where they grate on me very quickly. Usually it's the ones who I find are always just really hostile to the protagonist immediately. She's being a little hostile, but not the worst I've seen. And I think that's actually meaning that she's not really grating on me, like other tsundere characters do, at least not yet. Became tearful all of a sudden. Her cheeks were quivering as she desperately tried to hold back the tears. Hey, I'm sorry, I was just joking. Don't make that face. It's nothing, I'm fine. That's right, see, you're fine. Hat quacked as though he was trying to cheer Kotori up. I wouldn't tell you to say thank you, would I? It's just that if you go out without telling anyone where you're going, it's kind of dangerous, you know? She wiped the corner of her eye a little with her finger. I understand, but I don't want to understand. Do I have to understand? Somehow that's what the look on her face said. She puts the spoon down and went to leave the dining hall. Where are you going? I'm going to wash my face. It's all sticky around my mouth from where I've been eating ice cream. She closed the notebook and put it on her lap. Then the piece of paper fell from the notebook. You dropped something. Kotori looked as though she hadn't heard and left the dining hall. Hat went after her. As the sound of the wheelchair grew farther away, I let out a big sigh. Maybe I said too much. It's just that I really was worried about her. You know what? I think my inclination at this stage might be that Kotori could be quite a wholesome and interesting route. Should we, I don't know, should we pursue her? I don't know, and see what her route is like? Why do I get the feeling that her route is probably us helping her live life to the fullest, helping her meet her bucket list, kind of, to put it that way. I feel like that might be where it's going, potentially. It's just I really was worried about her. I don't know anything about what's going on with Kotori, so perhaps I was unnecessarily interfering. Wait. That's another movie maker transition. Speaking of which, she was wearing a uniform. However, she was wearing her own clothes yesterday when she went to Windmill Hill. Could it be that she was actually planning on going to school? That's possible, isn't it? As I thought of that, I felt my mood lighten a little, and I picked up the piece of paper that she had dropped. Huh? For a moment I couldn't believe my eyes. It was a notice for withdrawal from school. Interesting. I wonder if she's going to be that kind of like, oh god, it's you. I forgot about you. What was I about to say? I wonder if Kotori is meant to be sort of like that, how would you describe it? That kind of archetype of character who is really intelligent, really academic, high achiever, but actually does, well, not high achiever in the sense of she gets good grades, but high achiever in the sense of she has a lot of potential and she could get good grades, but she doesn't because of other issues. Hence why she's out of the school. I think that's where it's going, I feel like. Hey, cheer up, Aoi. I was depressed while I was cleaning up after dinner, and Kaneko came to comfort me. Why did everyone leave so much uneaten? It was really tasty, though. For tonight's dinner, Kaneko was the only one who ate all of her food. Without exception, everyone else left some uneaten. Tomorrow I'll make even more tasty food, so tasty that no one will leave anything uneaten. I felt renewed determination, and Zenzi Duck came waddling into the dining hall. Hello, Senior Hat. I see you're hungry. Aoi, do you have something for him to eat? There's some vegetables left over. That'll do. Sorry, I keep knocking my microphone with my mug of tea. Kaneko took the leftover vegetables and fed them to Hat. Is this duck her pet? Are you allowed to have pets here? Nope, he's no one's pet. He's been living here since before I came here. It's not clear who brought him here or when. That's why I call him Senior Hat. So the owner must have been keeping him. No, that's not it either. Oh god, my voice just broke. She said that Hat just appeared one day. That's why, rather than being a pet, he's more like a housemate. Kotori also called him a housemate. It's a mystery. Nobody knows from whence this duck came. Once she had finished feeding Hat, Kaneko got out of her seat. Okay, I think I'll go take a bath. Don't go voguing around in your underwear again, okay? Why not? Come on, it's summer. 9. Spoil sport. Kaneko gave me a quick insult as she left the dining hall. Why does everyone have to insult me just before they leave? I felt a little hurt as I cleaned the dishes. Aoi, the reason for that is because you're, a protagonist in an anime. Everyone's going to insult you. Peek. You want food? This time it was Kotori poking her head into the dining hall. It was almost as if she was waiting for Kaneko to leave before she came in. She doesn't seem to get along well with her, so maybe she really was waiting for her to leave. I thought she might have come to have dinner, but she appeared to be looking for something. She's looking under the table. You're in the way, you fucking duck. She went around the table once and then came past the counter in front of me. Have you seen a piece of paper? 9, I haven't. What kind of paper? Paper is paper. Are you sure you haven't seen it? Positive. Kotori groaned while staring at my face as if she were trying to see if I was telling the truth. With a straight face I wiped the dishes with a towel. With no way to check, she went to look elsewhere. I put your dinner in the fridge. Heat it up in the microwave and eat it later, okay? I couldn't help lying to her. The thing she was looking for was the withdrawal notice that I'd picked up. People were worried that if it carries on like this, she'll stop coming altogether. It looks like she's not really enjoying school. Agea's words crossed my mind. It looks like Kotori really is planning to drop out of school. What am I doing? Why didn't I give the withdrawal notice back to her? There I stood, not even really understanding those feelings myself. Oh. Okay, is this the chapter transition? Was everything that we saw there spanning back to the last episode all part of one thing? I guess so. I guess we engage Operation Keep Kotori in School. And to do that we have to set up a glider club. Oh, jeez. Good morning. Early in the morning the doorbell chimed, so I went to open it, and there I saw Agea. What are you doing here? So you really are the dorm mother? she remarked as she saw me wearing an apron. This place, it's the witch's mansion, isn't it? It's a student dormitory for our school, huh? Agea focused on the word student dormitory as if questioning their suitability as she gazed at the magnificent entrance. I was surprised too, to think I would become the caretaker of the place that we used to sneak into when we were kids. It's nice. I might like it. I might like to like here too? Should that say I might like it here too? I don't know. English localization. It's got a few challenges, a few quirks. If I were living here with you, Aoi, it would definitely be fun. Why did you come here? I asked Val, guessing that perhaps she had come to invite me to walk to school with her. She is, after all, my number one best friend. Oh yeah, I came to ask Kotori to come to school with me. I was wrong. Miss Alul? Who's Miss Alul? 9, it's nothing. While blushing due to the misunderstanding, I looked back towards Kotori's room. Looks like she still hasn't woken up. Even if she gets up now and takes her time eating breakfast, she can still make it with time to spare. I see. Alright, I'll wait here. Is she going to be happy with that? Thanks for the food. There's still some left, yeah? Sorry, but I can't eat this much so early in the morning. You're joking, right? I only gave you a little bit. Even people in sports clubs don't eat a huge bowl of Neapolitan pasta in the morning. Oh yeah, I guess. Kanako ate the whole thing again this morning, though. How was the taste? It was tasty. Really? Yeah, really. But there was a lot of it, so I got tired of eating it halfway through. With good food, it tastes good no matter how much you eat. You've always had an unrefined palate, haven't you? An unrefined palate? The shock hit me like a bolt of lightning. She insulted my palate, yeah. I hung my head in dismay. Why are you so shocked? The truth is... Agea revealed the reason why. Since yesterday, the boarders haven't been eating my cooking properly. I thought I'd ask her opinion, which is why I made Agea some food and got her to eat it. It was made from leftover ingredients anyway. Eating things like pork fried with ginger or Neapolitan pasta in the morning, it's unlikely that girls would ever accept that kind of food. What about something more refreshing? If you're going to make pasta, why not try tomato sauce or Japanese style? Cooking for girls is so difficult. Boy or girl, we're all human. Tasty is tasty. That's what I believed. Just as I was seriously troubled by this, I heard the squeaking of turning wheels coming from down the hallway. Oh, mein Gott! The panzers are moving! Never mind. First Hatziduk came into the dining hall, then Kotori came in after him. It's the opposite to usual. Why do I have to... Kotori rubbed her sleepy eyes and started preparing Hat's food. It somehow looked as if the hungry Hat had woken her up. There, eat your fill and get nice and fat. Sooner or later I'm going to eat you. Not understanding her words, Hat quacks happily as Kotori speaks to him and eats his food. It's a duck! How cute! Kotori notices that Agea is there and instantly opens up her eyes. This is a pet duck, isn't it? I've seen one in a TV commercial. Is it yours, Kotori? You just decided to live in my room, that's all. Why are you here? Kotori, you've been off school for too long. I came to see how you are. Do you feel better now? The teacher or someone asked you to do this, didn't they? No, they didn't actually. Hey, shall we go to school together? Who want to go with you? Wow, damn. Kotori gave a humph and made another of those straight faces she's so good at. But if you take too much time off, you'll get behind in the lessons. I don't think it has anything to do with you. Well, that's true. You're right, I'm sorry. Who said I was taking a day off today? Don't get the wrong idea. The reason I'm going isn't just because you asked me to. Okay then, alright, I'll wait for you. I never said I was going with you. I'll go by myself. Well, let's see, they have a lovely relationship. Kotori said with a straight face, then turned her wheelchair around. Just as she was about to leave, she stopped the wheelchair and turned around. You two, do you know each other? Yeah, we're childhood friends. What a pair of idiots. What a pair of feckin' idiots. Who has childhood friends these days? Looks like she has even more of a bad attitude this morning. However, she did say she was going to go to school. Good. More tea, thank you. Vicar. After tidying up the breakfast things, I left the dormitory with a gear. On our way to school, somehow our conversation turned to Kotori. Is there a reason why Kotori stopped coming to school? Yeah, I guess there is. Kotori has a walking disability, right? When we joined the same class in the second grade, it seemed like she wasn't really into it. Sometimes I'd speak to her. I'd so like a gear to worry about that sort of thing. If there are any people who don't really fit into the group, or are left out, she won't just ignores them. In the past, that's why she started to play with Marbo, so it could have been for the same reason. But for Kotori to be like that, to put it bluntly, seems like she doesn't really want to fit in. You know, I think I should give Agea a proper silly voice. If I just lean into the Northern English accent maybe, since that's easy. Yeah, I can imagine that somehow. When other girls in class saw me with Kotori like that, they get angry. That's when they started to object to her. It became a big battle at girls in class versus Kotori. When Agea reminded herself of what happened back then, she virally slouched forward. Agea is cheerful and has many friends. Kotori, who didn't respond to Agea's concerns about her, might have been seen as Yvonne in the wrong by those around them. Since then she stopped coming to school? That's right. You know, back then, Kotori were amazing. She'd faced up to all girls in class and didn't back down at all. Agea is waving her arms around like someone from a kung fu movie and passionately tells a story. I decided not to ask her what kind of heroic deeds took place, or for any specific details. Well, I didn't expect that. Even just by saying something in a slightly harsh way, she gets all tearful. Why did Kotori come to our school? You know, she doesn't enjoy lessons and doesn't try to make any friends. The only reason I could think of is that it might be because it has full disabled access. In fact, that could be the main reason. Yeah, everything I hear about Japan is that they're still a little behind when it comes to disabled-friendly spaces, that kind of thing. I've got to do something about this. Looking at Agea from the side as she puts her hands behind her head and starts thinking things over, I remembered the withdrawal notice that I picked up last night. On the spur of the moment, I decided not to give it back and acted like I knew nothing about it. Is she really planning to drop out? Somehow felt like I had picked some heavy piece of lost property. The two of us both made troubled faces as we walked. Murmur, murmur. A quite strange commotion surrounded us. I still feel like this is familiar, as though I probably played this a couple of years ago. I mean, the thing is, I say I only played about an hour 2 years ago, probably because since I wasn't reading out lines of text out loud, I probably got through them a lot faster than I am at the moment. Most of the other students around us on their way to school were looking in the same direction. Over there was... Oh, is it this girl who we encountered? The Ojo? A tall, slender, beautiful girl walking along. Oh, it's her. It was a girl I met in the garage. Everyone was looking at her with curiosity, but it seemed that she hadn't noticed that other people were looking at her. I was looking at her in the same way as everyone else, but Agea took the way I was looking in the wrong way. As I thought, you have high standards, lad. That girl's really famous in our school, the super repeat student senior Amane Mochizuki. Super repeat student? Yeah, she's repeated the same school year several times. She's a right dummy, she's a right thicko. Is she that stupid? She doesn't look it though. She won't be dumb. She'll probably be quite clever. If I had to say one way or t'other, I'd say she's a genius. Okay, well, Agea's just basically clarified it for us. It's way beyond level of her having best scores or anything like that. Rather, teachers have nothing more to teach her. In fact, they sometimes go to learn from her, it seems. Clever as in the teachers. Does that school really deal in such specialised fields? Despite that, she don't graduate and stays in school. She plans a way to drop credits and intentionally repeats a year. Originally, she were repeating the year for more times than school rules allow. That's why she's the super repeat student. You know, with a title like that, she sounds like she could fit into a Danganronpa game. Super high school level repeat student. You're the ultimate at being forced to repeat years. That's not really a talent, is it? Well, in her case, maybe it is. But it's strange to see her on way to school in the morning. Oh wait, was that me speaking? I think it was. I don't know. I don't know if she's a genius or not, but she definitely seems like a pretty weird person. Well, get to know her. Oh, hello. Okay, so your name is Amane. Now that we know your name, can I just increase that so we can hear the Japanese VA for a bit? Then, abruptly, Super Repeat Senior Amane Mochizuki stopped walking and looked at the sky. Everyone else mimicked her and looked up too. A jet plane flying through the blue sky, pulling its vapour trail along behind it. It sounds very close. Wow. Everyone soon realised it was a plane and quickly lost interest and started walking again. However, Amane Mochizuki kept on standing there, looking up at the plane flying high in the sky. Then people came from behind and avoided her like she was in their way. She didn't pay any attention to them either. Let's go. Sure. Alright, we're not going to get any more voice lines from her for the time being, it seems. Alright, put the voice back down then, ladies and gentlemen. Kotori arrived just as our morning homeroom class finished. Okay. Sorry I'm late. Kotori, do you feel better now? Yeah, thankfully. I see, I was worried about you. Kotori went past the homeroom teacher, who seemed bewildered that she had come back to school all of a sudden. Zen, still in a wheelchair, arrived at her desk. The desk right at the front was the only one that didn't have a chair. Everyone looked on, puzzled. I'm not an animal in a zoo, you fucking gits. Now that Kotori was in school, she started her Kulalua routine again. She concentrated during the lesson and answered the teacher's questions easily when asked. It seems like her grades in regular subjects are top class. During recess, she sat at her desk reading a book or going off somewhere. She didn't try to talk to anyone, and even if Agea tried to speak to her, she acted like she hadn't noticed. The other girls in the class looked like they were worried about how they should treat her, and watched her from a distance. During gym class, the way she looked on bored left an impression on me. She always looked like she was all alone, and didn't seem to be enjoying herself very much. Hey, Kotori. You really shocked to see me here? At lunchtime, I found Kotori carrying her bag, about to leave the classroom, and I chased her down the hallway. It's lunchtime, you know. What are you doing? Wow, she can put on a burst of speed, can't she, when she needs to? Suddenly, Kotori dashed away at unbelievable speed. What? Hey! In the heat of the moment, I tried to chase her, but I thought I would bump into passing students, and I was too slow to start moving. In the meantime, Kotori had already gotten inside the elevator. According to the school rules, most students are not allowed to use the elevator. It was only supposed to be used by workers or teachers carrying big loads, or disabled students like Kotori. Even so, I chased after her, only for the doors to close mercilessly in front of me. Oh, she's supposed to be like teasing me there? I guess. Through the glass, the one with the self-proclaimed cool allure stuck her tongue out and made it to the floor below as I stood and watched. You're not getting away. Oh yes, be careful of your injury, Owie, whatever it is. I ran and made it to the school gates. She was holding her bag. Seemed like she was trying to leave early, so I went to cut her off. However, I can't deny the possibility that her lunch is in the bag. Maybe I got the wrong idea. If that's not it, then what could be the problem? I've watched over the school gates like some guardian statue. Nope. I was crashed into by something in the back. In other words, from outside the school gates. Ah! Oh. A new girl? Ouch. What? Jesus. Sorry. Is Aoi Manase... Does he have a prosthesis and did it just collapse? What's going on? I got up and felt like I was crawling out from under an avalanche. Then I saw a big cardboard box on the girls that had fallen over. Are you okay? I'm okay. No, it's you. It's Posh Girl. Oh. Hold on, maybe now we'll be able to talk to her and actually hear some of her voice. I'm sorry, old chap, but I couldn't see ahead of me because of this box I was carrying. Oh. I looked at her as I got up, and without thinking, I thought I was going to say the super repeat student, but I held my tongue. There you go, there's her voice. Now that you've heard it, volume back down. How about you, dear fellow? You're not hurt, are you? I'm alright. I see, that is most pleasing. As she says that, the super repeating super senior holds onto the big cardboard box. Oh, this again. Oh, my stomach. She went to lift it up. Oh, wait, that's posh still. She went to lift it up, but then Senior Amane Mochizuki slumped down exhausted. Are we going to keep referring to her senior every time we meet her? Due to an empty stomach, my short-term performance has been significantly reduced. I hope you carry it. It's so heavy. This big cardboard box is incredibly heavy. It is fine, dear fellow, I can carry it by myself. Come on, it's 9 big deal, I said as I went to pick it up anyway. Ah, thank you most muchly, old boy. Is this okay here? I don't know what's in it, but we put the heavy cardboard box on the floor. Sorry about that, dear fellow, thank you for helping. It's alright, anyway, Senior, if you're hungry. She was staring towards the inside of the garage. Senior? I find myself copying her, on looking in the same direction. Inside... Oh. I think this is familiar. I think we might be getting close to the part I played up to a couple of years ago. Maybe. Because I don't feel like I remember... I feel like I vaguely remember this, but not much else beyond it. What's Kotori? What's she doing here? She spies a big thing placed in the centre of the garage, and is trying to lift up the sheet to see what's underneath. Are you interested in that, sweet angel? I don't know why I said sweet angel, where that came from. Amane suddenly coming on to Kotori. I don't know. I guess I'm just adding that in there. Kotori is surprised when Amane speaks to her. Kotori seems intimidated and nods. Amane vigorously pulls back the sheet to reveal a glider. Inside is a white, streamlined aircraft. Kotori looked at it, dazed. I say vow as I let a small surprise sound I say vow as I let a small surprise sound slip out. It reminds me of my old Messerschmitt from back in the war. Could this be a glider? Yes, it most certainly is. Amane nodded, and Kotori cautiously moved her head closer to the aircraft. Even in the dimly lit garage, the glider's white body had a glossy shine to it, and faintly reflected Kotori's face. I moved towards it to take a closer look. Is this the ones that we saw from Windmill Hill? Yeah, it could be. The smooth surface looks like it was made from plastic, however it is hard to touch. The wings had been removed, and for now it was just the body. So this is what the cockpit's like. Oh wait, that was Kotori speaking. This is amazing. Yeah. You just realised it's me now? We started talking to each other at some point, I should say, but then finally realised who it was we were talking to. Hey you, why were you running away just now? She calmly ignores my question, but then hurriedly tries to escape, so I go ahead to block her. I won't let you get away. I have the mobility of a panzer tank. Why did you come here? Why did you come here for? I should say, what did you come here for? You're not here to eat lunch? I'd say eat lunch, are you? There was some mean guy guarding the school gate, so I came to hide in here. So she really was trying to leave early. Do you know her, dear fellow? Amane was listening carefully to our conversation. And then she booted us out. Oh, never mind, no. For some reason there was just a random shot of the school. This tastes delicious. Amane was wolfing down a Neapolitan pasta lunchbox, and Kotori and I both had a face that seemed to say, whoa, and looked on in amazement. Why would we say whoa? Well, to see such a beautiful girl do something like that, I feel really disappointed. Oh. She didn't know that when she was eating ice cream like a crazy idiot, I had the same reaction when I was watching her. Maybe I should say that, and burst her bubble. By the way, the thing that Amane was eating was the lunchbox that I had brought. As usual, the boarders hadn't eaten the breakfast I had made for them, so I packed it as my lunch. I had made 2 lunchboxes. One was for me. As for the other one, I thought that if Kotori was going to go to school, she might have found it difficult at lunchtime, so I was worried about her and brought another lunchbox. That's why I was chasing her. If she didn't need it, she thought that I might eat them over myself. But she ran away before I could ask her. Or I thought, rather. It said, not she. But is this okay for me to eat your whole lunchbox, dear fellow? Asked Amane, although she had already eaten most of it before asking. I've already eaten my von. I was hungry during morning recess, so I had lunch early. Relieved to hear my answer, Amane continues to enjoy the called Neapolitan pasta. This is delicious. It's been a while since I had proper food like this. Proper cuisine from Italia. Didn't you have anything to eat after I saw you yesterday? I only gave her one piece of bread. Amane stopped moving her chopsticks and took a good look at my face. Could it be that you're the person who gave me that bread yesterday? You've only just realised. Well, I was concentrating on something yesterday, old boy. She really is weird. Oh, I see. So this is the second time you've saved me. She looked at me with eyes that sparkled like a little kid's. If she were a dog, her tail would definitely be wagging like crazy. I received that bread from you approximately 20 hours ago. Prior to that, the last meal I'd eaten was roughly 70 hours earlier. I counted on my fingers. If there are 24 hours in a day, that's 3 days ago. I went to Taioken and ate pork ramen with all the toppings. The soup was rich and delicious. She recalls this and her face looks like she's about to start drooling. Why don't you eat? Are you on a diet? I forgot. No? When I'm thinking about something, I forget about everything else. That's because I'm stupid. Amane replied with pride. Hey, that's posh. That was me speaking. I didn't do the German accent. I'd prefer it if she hadn't compared it to when people forget things because they're hungry. Or if she didn't compare it, rather. Are you building this glider? Yes, I am. Are you doing that here? The Soaring Club uses this garage as a clubhouse. Soaring Club? I wasn't familiar with that name. What's soaring? Soaring is to fly a glider by riding the rising air currents. Flying a glider by riding the rising air currents, I kind of get it, but on the other hand I don't get it. So the aim of the club is to make them fly a glider? Well, yes, that is most correct. So this garage is used for club activities after all. Even so, it's pretty spacious. A glider is like an airplane, isn't it? Is it something you can make yourself? Yes, I can make it. Because it's a man-made object, there's no reason why you can't make it, right? I have a feeling that's not what she's asking. However, Amane answers the question in all seriousness. How do you make it? Well, I went German again. Well, rather than explaining it, it's quicker if you actually make one yourself. Hold on a moment, I said, as Amane slurped up the last of the Neapolitan with extremely bad manners. Wiping round her mouth with a tissue, she started rummaging through a desk drawer. Where did that thing go? Peeking inside the drawer, somehow I get the impression that Amane is a typical disorganised person. Rather than things being put away, it was more like they were stuffed in. Ah, here it is. This is it. The things that Amane had taken out was a paper... Getting gas from my tea again. Was a paper airplane construction kit made using cardboard. Okay, now try to make one. Without thinking, Kotori and I looked at each other. I feel that manufacturing a glider and making a paper airplane are completely different things. That's spelt wrong, but never mind. But for now, I'll try doing as she says. Using glue and a craft knife, and in about 10 minutes we had finished the paper plane. Yeah, my beard is itching. Finished. All done. Amane takes the planes that Kotori had made and takes a good look. Then she threw it. The paper airplane floated gently as it flew and landed near the wall on the other side of the garage. It flew straight forward very nicely. It is a good plane. Kotori seems embarrassed at being complimented. There are many types of airplane. There are jumbo jets, small Cessnas, fighter planes. Then there are paper airplanes like the one you just threw. But all of them fly based on the same principle. Paper airplanes and jumbo jet... Oh wait, that's me speaking. Paper airplanes and jumbo jets are the same. Yes, the principles are the same, dear fellow. Using their wings to float on the air in order to fly. Kotori and I both tilted our heads in puzzlement. We both had a sceptical look on our faces. I can understand that a light paper airplane can fly by riding the wind, but it's hard to imagine that a giant hunk of metal can float into the sky on the same principle, as there must be some other method that allows it to fly. Amane goes to pick up the paper airplanes that she had just thrown. I'd like you to take a close look. a good look. Can the two of you see what the difference is between this airplane and this paper one? Is the size and the material? Also whether or not people ride on it. That's right. Oh wait, that's not German, that's Amane. That is most correct. Then there is whether or not it has an engine. On the other hand, everything is the same. Here we have the principles of flight. Regular airplanes are made from mostly the same parts as this. First, there is the body, the fuselage. Next are the main wings. The horizontal tailplane. The vertical tailplane. There are a few airplanes that have a somewhat quirky shape, but even in those cases, they still have mostly the same parts, or other parts that fulfill a similar role. Didn't realise we were going to have a lesson about aircraft in this one. I can't remember if I saw this a couple of years ago when I first played this. Maybe I did, but I think we are possibly getting now into blind territory. When she puts it like that, I guess she's right. I never paid that much attention to it though. By the way, do you know how an airplane floats on the air? Because it has lift. That's right. Like the force of a fluid moving over a wing, lift is said to be the vertical component in accordance with the direction of the flow. I look baffled again, and Amane smiles a little and rephrases it. In other words, it is the force that makes the wings float up on the air. Lift is created here on the main wings. When air hits the wings from the front, the airflow divides, going over and under the wings. I can just imagine the wings cutting the air like a blade. At that time, there is a difference in the speed of the airflow above and below the wing, and the pressure drops on the side that has the fastest airflow, or faster airflow. That's Bernoulli's theorem. Amane nods. Standing beside her, I'm a little freaked out as she so easily comes out with a word like Bernoulli. What the hell is that? We were taught that in class, right? We didn't learn that at my school. Maybe. That is why the airplane's wings are designed so that the air flows faster on the upper side. This is in order to lower the pressure on the upper side. By doing this, the pressure on the lower side is higher in comparison, and then the air lifts the wings up. The air lifts the wings up. It's a phenomenon that's hard to suddenly imagine. So that's Bernoulli's theorem? Amane nodded at it to say yes. There is one more thing. The air flowing over the top of the wing bends downwards because of the wing's surface, causing downforce behind it. As she explains, Amane is drawing a cross-section of a wing. According to that, an airplane's wings are flat at the bottom, and the top is shaped like a mountain, so it seems like it is semicircular. Apparently the air on the upper side flows along the raised curved surface, and then bends to flow downwards. As for the question of why the air flows along the raised surface, it can only be said that this is because of the nature of the air, or so it would seem. This downforce, according to Newton's third law, causes the same reaction on the wing, which lifts it in an upward direction. The reaction lifts up the wing. When a heavy basketball hits the ground, doesn't it seem that it's floating weightlessly? It's the same as that. Does that mean that when the wing drops in the air, the reaction causes it to float? So when the lift exceeds the weight of the airplane can fly through the air. For example, it's the same for a jumbo passenger airliner with a total weight of several hundred tons. Theoretically, that's maybe so, but I still couldn't imagine how enough lift to cause a several hundred ton airplane to take off could be created. You never heard of jet fuel? Howie? However, airplanes do actually fly in the sky. Yes they do, Howie. I'd be surprised if they didn't. The main wings that create the lift are the parts necessary to make the airplane fly in the sky. I don't know if I understand or not. However, I understand that the main wings are the most important part. Wow, we're getting a whole science lesson here. Surprise science lesson, everyone. Next to the tailplanes, of which there are two types, vertical and horizontal. These are added to stabilise the position of the airplane when in midair. An airplane floats in midair, which is much more unstable than we humans are when standing on the ground. The one going straight up is the vertical tailplane. This stabilises lateral movement. The ones extending out sideways, the same as the main wings, are the horizontal tailplanes. These move vertically, in other words, stabilise the up and down movements of the nose. So the pitch, basically, is what you're saying. I guess the lateral movement is yaw. So I'm thinking of kind of, in my head, of sort of translating that into the maritime and imagining it as a ship. Without this, even a paper airplane won't fly straight. I see, so that's why they have small wings on the tail. Then there is the body. This doesn't have a direct relationship to flight, but if you don't have this, there's nowhere to attach the wings. And that is the basic form of an airplane. That hasn't changed since a long time ago, since the era of the Wright brothers. Since that long ago. But the Wright brothers were the first people in the world to fly a plane, right? So nothing has changed since the very first one was made. The Wright brothers were the first to fly using powered flight. Gliders were being flown even before that. Yeah, I guess so. I always thought that the Wright brothers were the first to fly. If you know the role of the wings, you should try it on this paper airplane. For example, if you were to bend the vertical tailplane a little, like this, the planes that Amane threw curved gently as it flew. Also, if you curve this part of the main wings a little, she bends the left and right main wings so that they twisted at the back. This time, the plane twisted as it flew. Hey, that's pretty interesting. Seeing this, Kotori started to adjust the tailplane on her own paper airplane. Watch this. Full of confidence, Kotori threw her paper airplane. Whoa. Ah. It did a beautiful loop-the-loop before landing. Oh wait, that's me speaking. It did a beautiful loop-the-loop before landing. That's cool, it did a loop-the-loop. This paper airplane is really interesting. Kotori and I both got really engrossed in adjusting the wings and playing around. Sometimes the paper airplanes displayed some mid-air aerobatics, and other times they didn't fly at all and crashed into the ground. However, by trying it for ourselves, we were able to get a real understanding of the role of the wings. By just changing the shape of the wings a little, you can make them fly in many different ways. Actual airplanes have many smaller wings, such as ailerons. The aircraft is controlled by adjusting them. As she explained, Amane moved to the side of the garage. Then she lovingly laid her hand on the glider. This glider, oh, that's her speaking, this glider does not have an engine. It is like a bigger and more robust paper airplane. The only thing that has been added is the cockpit. Kotori and I looked at the paper airplanes in our hands. I imagined riding it and flying through the sky. This is just like the fantasies I envisioned as a kid. As a kinder. As the glider in front of me was the real thing. How about it? You just felt like you could make one, didn't you? But it doesn't have an engine. How does it fly? Paper airplanes gain thrust by being thrown by people. By riding the wind. Both I and Kotori gaze at the white aircraft. That day, we saw this flying from Windmill Hill. Riding the wind, as that expression expresses it so perfectly, the way it flew so smoothly and calmly. Riding the wind. Amane nods happily. Then, by riding rising air currents, you can fly anywhere. Anywhere? Yes, you can even go above the clouds. Above the clouds. Is this now your dream, Kotori? Kotori looked at the aircraft with an expression of disbelief. I also couldn't imagine that this sort of thing... Sorry, I got down, misreading that entirely. I also couldn't imagine that this thing flying above the clouds. I should probably say I also couldn't imagine this thing, not this thing. Yeah, I was a bit confused by the English there. Have you been there, above the clouds? Well, that's, Suddenly her mood drops. I only put it together recently, and finally took it out on a test flight. It was that time. Ah. Kotori and I react by exchanging glances. The wings were not strong enough and snapped halfway through. So, you mean... Yes, it was pretty dangerous. If they had broken completely, I might have fallen to my death in the lake. Ha ha ha! She laughed as she spoke. I have to rebuild them. It is because I'm not so good with my hands. Also, I know some of the instruments are broken, but I'm having trouble getting my hands on the parts. Why don't you make them yourself? Kotori said that so easily. At a school where things like this are taught, they have all the equipment you need to make anything, from a screw to an aircraft. Well, that is no good either. Amane, with a troubled look on her face, took some broken parts from a drawer. I nearly went German again. The diaphragm is one of the parts used to make the airspeed controller. This was a special order, and the factory where this was made shut down a long time ago. Kotori and I gazed at the parts in the palm of Amane's hand. It certainly looks like it wouldn't be easy to make. If it's a kind of things that can be made in the town factory, there might be some things that can be done about it. Amane's eyes light up as I quietly mumble. Really? Ah, well, I don't know until I ask, but I know someone likes that. Please, if I don't have this, I'll be in a real fix. Okay, I'll try asking when I next see him. Can I borrow this? Thank you. This will be the third time you've saved me. Oh, Jesus. Whoa. Suddenly, she gives me a full-on hug and we're even cheek to cheek. Thank you, dear fellow. You can thank me once I've actually got it. Oh yes, I guess you're right, but this includes thanks for lunch. So allow me to express my gratitude one more time. Nines, that's enough, seriously. Really? She's judging me from across the room. Kotori was suddenly glaring at me. I wonder if this will really fly. Kotori and I both gaze at the glider with the same look on our faces. By the way, you two, if you're interested in gliders, the bell rings, interrupting Amane. Amane flinches in surprise and quickly turns her back to us. If we're interested, what is it? No, it is nothing, forget about it. She's probably about to ask us, do we want to be part of the soaring club? Somehow it seems she's avoiding something. Amane? What? Can I come and see you again? Oh wait, wrong voice. That was me speaking, not her. Yes, of course. If you're interested, come at any time. I have to bring her those parts as well. You two. Come again. Sure. As Kotori nods, Amane grins as she nods back. She's really beautiful, but her smile somehow makes her look like a little kid. Alright, shall we go back to the classroom? I started pushing Kotori's wheelchair and decided to start walking. Hey, where are you taking me, you fucking bastard? It's the classroom, of course. Oh, stop, I'm hungry and I haven't had lunch yet. You read what you sow. We're just going to take her with us. I said stop. Hey, don't push me. I brought Kotori with me against her wishes and we returned to the classroom. Okay, I think we might be in blind territory now. Yes. Because I think if I remember correctly from a couple of years ago, that is where I played up to before deciding, you know what, I'd like to actually showcase this on the channel. So, I think, looking at time, we will wrap this episode up here and we'll see who this is in the third part. So, that's good. So we've been introduced to the Soaring Club. We're not part of it formally yet, but the premise of the game is coming out, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so hope you enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed the little science lesson that we got there. Who says VNs can't be educational, eh? Alright, social media links, propagandist channel link, etc., are as usual, are down in the video description for anyone interested. And if you enjoyed, a like is of course always appreciated. Join me next time where we'll continue on. Goodbye, everybody. Alright, so this is where everyone's... Right, this character who's us. Yes, it's in your sprite. It must be Vincent, I'm guessing. Nancy, voice maker. Also, schematics. Possibly like an architect or an engineer of some kind. We'll find out in a second. We'll finally decide to do it. What?
Well, you decided to have a
A bit of an accent. Maybe I should give you French, maybe? Yeah, we just woke up. I just decided to go around and introduce myself.